Good morning one and all. Today we will learn the module 3 of a big data analytics subject. Now before going to a module 3, we are going to learn know what actually we learned in the previous two modules of our subject called as a big data analytics. So in the previous two topics we studied about in a module 1 called as what is meant by a big data, what is the process of compilation of a big data, and what is the tools are available to compile the big data. So normally whenever we take up the big data, always remember we are going to take up the huge data, a very huge data in terms of a 10 to the power 15, which is called as in a computer language called as in a petabyte. So petabyte of a data I want to compile, and then I want to process it, and then it can be incorporated slowly in the available business intelligence tools. Or I can say in another way, the compiled data, how it will be easy for a business people to predict their business. For example, it may be whether they are with a huge profit, whether they are in the marginal profit, or whether they are having in the minimum 3 to 4 years they may be at the loss, or they may be at the closing stages, or when they have to go within a different products to manufacture to overcome within a loss. So to predict all those information in a business, we want to know now how the data plays a major role in a business. So before going to know about what are the major roles data is going to play in a business, first of all we want to know some conceptual views what actually the data and how the data can be categorized. For example, the data may be called as, some of the data which is called as a structured data, some are called as a raw data, some are called as an unstructured data. Now whenever we see the different categories of a data, now the data has to be incorporated in some of the tools, or it has to be compiled by using some of the softwares. Now before it compiles, we have to categorize the data into some of the strategies or some of the designs. Now to learn all those things, we are going to take up this module called as a business intelligence, data warehousing, data mining, and data visualization. So first actually we learn what actually a business intelligence is. Business intelligence, as per the definition, says it's an umbrella term that includes a variety of IT applications that are used to analyze an organization's data and communicate the information to a relevant user. Suppose, for example, if you take any one of the organization or in a company, the term data is in the need of an electronic media, or it is in the term of an electronics. For example, in a one organization, number of employees, if I take, because we already studied in the previous topics also, number of employees, it may be in terms of 50s or it may be 100. Now the total number of employees or how they have been working in an organization, categories. For example, starting from the lower level to a top level people, it is being categorized. It may be based on the employee ID number, or it may be based on the working environment for a working future. For example, you can say it is in the manufacturing unit, some set of people are going to work. In the production unit, some of the people are going to work. In the managerial level, some of the people are going to take a decisions, and based on that decisions is a manufacturing end or the production people are going to talk up, or it may be in the labor employees or in the maintenance people. So in this way, now what I want to conclude you, there are different types of employees working in an organization, and they are processing or they are compiling in terms of data. Now our main objective is how I can organize the data and how the communication is happening from a one employee to another employee through data. So and how it is relevant to a user. So these are the topics called as business intelligence. Now before going to take up, there is one standard concept called as an action plan. How the data can be taken care, and how the data will be flowing from one stage to another stages. For example, if I say one business, in a business, what are the mode of data are available. Now that data, how it has been categorized, it is comes called as a mining. Now once if it is data is been categorized, what are the intelligence of data are there such that it will improve the business line. For example, we'll take a small case study. In the year 2004, there was one book published by an author called as Bill James and Oakland A. Who is a general manager. The Oakland A is a general manager of an organization. His main objective, what the intelligence he used, his main job, he has to select the players who are very skilled in athletics, and he has to make some team of people for his country to play in the athletics. Now what is the strategy he applied by using this business intelligence? I'm going to tell you now. Now he identified, normally whenever we identify the place based on the skill or the talent base only, we are taking up the athletics or the place, because everybody cannot be taken up for the sports level. Now during this time, what he identified in the year 2004, he has identified the players who are very less played or less paid, or it is called as where their salary is very minimal. And he has identified such people, and he made one team, and then he started taken up for the behalf of a country. They are going to play in the athletics, and he succeeded in that. So this is one of the example which is published in the novel called, book name Moneyball. Moneyball, because nowadays you can see in your generation there are many types of games called as an IPL game, or it may be in a cricket, or it may be in a football or anything, where we are going to take up the players in a huge amounts. Maybe they will be taking in the crores if by bidding. These are some of the strategies, but by not only within a financial aspect, we can also identify the people with respect to the talent. And with the talent and with the slow learners or an average learners, or it may be a skilled base or a talent base, he has trained them, he succeeded them, and with a less cost he has given a more profitable business. So this is one of the situation. You can see the diagram where it is in a continual process. Whenever we take a business n number of data will be taken care, but how you are handling the data, which data is given a more priority, which data will be taken up for the process, and which data is not recommendable in the future coming years. So in that way we are going to work out the intelligence of the data, and then we will see that the business is going to be improved. So this is about the business intelligence data mining life cycle diagram. Now we will go with how the terms, what are the terms and what is the nature is available. For example, if I say the nature of the life and the business is always to be in the grow level only. We don't want to see the marginal profit. We have to predict the business in the future 5 to 10 years. So the business was going to taken up in the 10 times better than, because nowadays the competition is like that. We cannot say only, yeah, I've invested on 5 lakhs rupees and I'm getting a profit of 5,000 rupees per month. No, I'll be with this time. No, it is a very difficult in the market to survive in the society. For every movement there will be competitors will be there. We have to overcome with the competitors, and we have to lead the business. So in that way we are going to take up the business intelligence data mining life cycle by applying some of the techniques and some of the understanding their environments, predicting what is going to happen in the future, and how we can benefit the company or in a business. So these are some of the examples where we are going to take up analyze the data. Normally whenever I say one organization, first our main objective is to gather the data. After gathering the data, you sift through it, you analyze the data, you mine it based on the different patterns recognition tools, or it may be an IT information tools and all those things. Then you operate the data through your operational process, or you can compile, you can implement the data for the betterment or the growth of the business. So in this way we are going to take up the data. So always remember, first stage is we have to gather the data, we have to shift throughout the data, we have to analyze the data, then we have to mine the data, then we have to see that it has to insight, we have to do such an intelligence you have to show in the data, such that the business will be at the growth line, or it is not at the standard line. Now we'll go it. How, once if I say it is an organization, once I have taken the data from the organization, what all the intelligence I can apply for that business. For example, what are the different types of decisions can be taken care? There are two main kinds of decision strategies in the business intelligence. One is called as an business intelligence can help make both better, either the customers or within an end user, or it may be a stakeholder or the employees of a business. So you can treat it into two people. The customer also has to get satisfied with the product, and the manufacturer who manufactured the product, he also get to fulfill his business. He will be in the growth line. So with a less cost, we want a quality product. With less cost, they have to manufacture and they have to satisfy the stakeholders, and their business should be in a growth line, or they should not feel that we are under a loss. So these are the two people's decisions are